It is match day in the USL Championship, and tonight Charleston Battery is back for action in just their second match in the last 4 months. It's been long awaited, highly anticipated, but the wait is finally over and the season restart is underway. Tonight, Charleston Battery host Atlanta United 2. Tonight's game is presented by the 2021 PGA Championship. We welcome you into tonight's broadcast. It's Poppy Miller alongside former MLS defender Christian Michner. Glad to be bringing this one to you, and for these teams, their second meeting this season. This is a look at the new league format. The league split into 8 regionalized group matches, will be played over 13 weeks, a jam-packed schedule, and these teams are in the same regionalized group. Charleston Battery sitting in second place in Group H. A win tonight could put them at the top with the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and for Mike Anhauser's side, one key returner that's off to a flying start is Zico Lewis with 2 goals in the last 2 games.
And Zico Lewis is so important to the Charleston Battery attack. He had the winner against Atlanta United 2 in March and scored an absolutely audacious strike on Sunday against Birmingham. He'll be very important to creating and scoring goals for the black and yellow.
He is dangerous going forward, but for Atlanta United 2, a young squad coming into this one. They're still looking for their first win of the season, but Jackson Conway has had no problem finding the back of the net as of late.
Conway's an incredible prospect and has scored a couple of great goals for Atlanta United 2 so far. An absolute banger against Tampa in the opener here, and then just a few days ago against Memphis. Had a really smart finish on that one.
And Memphis outshot Atlanta United 2, 21-11. Can the Battery exploit this young back line?
Absolutely, and I think that's what you see with Atlanta United too. There's a lot of young players that will be getting in and making an appearance, so you hope that the veteran leadership from the Battery can take charge.
A big match tonight in these all-important group stages. We've got lineup, kickoff, it's all coming up. Stay with us. We'll be back just after this.
With HomeSmart from Home Telecom, you get the peace of mind of 24/7 security monitoring with all the convenience of home automation, starting at just $34.99 a month. Get smart control of your lights, locks, appliances, thermostat, garage door, and more. No matter where you are, the power is in your hands. We call that home away from home. For a limited time, save $50 on the HomeSmart Total Attack Pack with a free Skybell doorbell. HomeSmart, home automation and security from Home Telecom. Live life ahead.
A picture-perfect setting, the world's greatest players, one major champion. This won't be just another day at the beach. Visit PGAchampionship.com/register for early access to ticket options.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. You're not alone. You're supported, pushed, tested, tried, true, broken, fixed, and put back on track to do it all again. Your road is long, an open highway completely secluded, jammed with traffic, horns blaring, sirens screaming, speed limit, near misses, head-on collisions, body shops, rest stops, so many tolls to pay. Your destination isn't a place, it's a record, a dance, a feeling. Hands in the air, stands on their feet, joy all around. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health, Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to Patriots Point for Friday night action in the USL Championship. Today's game is presented by the 2021 PGA Championship. Charleston Battery hosting Atlanta United 2. These teams met back in March. Charleston looking for more of the same tonight, and Atlanta United 2 will be looking to play spoiler. Well, despite there being no fans in the stands to celebrate this new beginning, they join us in numbers from near and far in what has become the new normal around the world as of late to support their side. excellent to see what technology can do these days, Christian. They feel like they're part of the action with us. We'll take a look now at this afternoon's starting lineups. Leland Archer coming into the mix. He captained Mike Anhauser's side against Birmingham Legion in the last match. He's really looking to be the vocal leader at the back.
He really is, and Leland's got so much game, so much ability for a young player. It's a super important position to step in as a center back, but to have that confidence to lead your line, that's felt through the team.
He will have Jared Van Schaik in the lineup with him as well. 2 changes for Mike Anhauser's side. Van Schaik coming in, as is Rittmeyer, to replace Jesus Ibarra on the flank. Phil Brino gets the start between the sticks. Let's take a look at the lineup for Atlanta United 2.
Atlanta United 2 is just really a lot of young players. It's an academy system, and you'll see a lot of young players out there tonight. And so you never know what you're going to get with Atlanta United 2, but we're excited for the match.
Pretty perfect conditions out here as well. 85 degrees, a warm one, but a nice breeze. Night and day different to Sunday's match. Players taking a knee there. The United Soccer League, all 35 championship clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality and compassion. A moment of silence now on the pitch as we all stand together, united against racism.
Thank you.
And Christian, for this Atlanta United 2 team, it's a very young squad again. They featured their youngest starting lineup in history against Memphis 901, just 16 years old, their average age.
Yeah, it's a super young team. You've got Coleman Gannon, who scored an amazing goal last week, and just really Atlanta United 2's youngest goal scorer ever. And so it's impressive to see kids at that age getting starts at this level.
Charleston Battery will be looking to get on the front foot in the early going. The team underway from Patriots Point for just the 2nd time in club history. Mike Anhauser's side wearing the historic black with thin yellow stripes, and the Red Sox, a nod to the team's history. Atlanta United in the away whites.
I like the Red Sox, Poppy. I think it's cool, this sort of a throwback to the early days of playing in the USISL.
Robbie Crawford on the far side, the former Rangers player. One of the 11 new additions for Mike Anhauser's side this season. He'll be pulling the strings in the middle of the park with Angelo Kelly, and put in quite the shift against Birmingham Legion last weekend.
Absolutely, and with as much experience as both Crawford and Kelly have, you really look to them to sort of settle things down in the midfield for this black and yellow team.
Leland Archer, the Trinidad and Tobago international. Van Schaik wears the captain's armband tonight, makes his first start of the 2020 season. His 6th season with the Battery. Crawford finds Archer on the back line.
Yeah, in these early moments, Poppy, both teams trying to feel each other out. Charleston with real controlled possession at the moment, trying to see where can we attack Atlanta United 2.
And for Charleston Battery, there was no shortage of opportunities that they created. They had 2 goals disallowed against Birmingham Legion. And for Atlanta United too, they can be a bit unpredictable at the back. Here's Rittmeyer with the pressure.
Yeah, and it looks like Atlanta United 2 will be in a 3-back, so it'll be interesting for the Battery.
Let's take a look at tonight's injury report in just 1 second, presented by MUSC Health. Archer all the way back to Brino.
A well-timed tackle for Leland Archer. He just has that recovery speed to be able to potentially make a mistake and recover on the backside there.
A big presence at the back of the 6'4" former College of Charleston defender. Familiar ground here for him and both Nico Rittmeyer tonight, Christian. And a very wide pitch as well. That's something the Battery will look to utilize again here tonight.
Absolutely, the field looks fantastic. It's 118 yards by 75 yards, and so there's a lot of room to run and spread out. Something that the Charleston Battery players will love to see, and a player like Nico Rittmeyer has got so much ability and pace with the ball.
There's a look at tonight's injury report. Arthur Boschua, Dante Marini, and Renico Clark questionable for this one. Jesus Ibarra and Mauro Cicero out for it. A couple of rotations to the lineup, as we mentioned. Logan Gadula on the far side. Drafted by FC Cincinnati in 2019, spent time on loan with a couple of USL teams before making his way here to join with the black and yellow this season. Atlanta looking to get on the front foot.
And they'll ask a lot of their wingbacks. And you see Coleman Gannon here playing out on the right side for Atlanta United too, and he'll be charged with getting forward to create, but also having to drop back here to deal with Nico Rittmeyer on the left side.
Philip Goodrum on your screen there, making his 4th start so far this season. Was drafted 75th overall by Atlanta United in 2020 before signing with the two teams. Crawford dispossessed in the middle. Van Schaik steps in. Nemhard, long ball forward.
And I don't mind that from Nemhard, really. In the early moments, you really want to try and test a team in different ways, see if you can play quickly behind them.
Jackson Conway in a foot race with Van Schaik. Nicely done from the veteran centre-back. Will Riley leads the team in interceptions in the middle. Another one to make his 4th start here tonight. This team has picked up quite a bit of momentum despite the scoreline. And looking back at their last games, Christian, they've given goals away in crucial moments at the end of the half, at the end of a game. They'll be looking for more consistency throughout the match here tonight.
Poppy, that's exactly right. And it's a sign of a team that doesn't play together a lot, or really has a lot of young players that are just being bled into a professional environment. In their last match against Memphis, they gave up a goal in the 45th minute and another one in the 92nd. So in those scenarios, you hope to close out a half and certainly close out a game up top.
Rittmeyer will work in his favour. First set piece opportunity of the match coming up. Robbie Crawford coming across, who can whip in a mean ball into the box. The referee for tonight's match is Len Pexanar. He is assisted by Justin Howard and Joe Suwowski. 4th official tonight, Zachary Perry.
Well, it'll be interesting if it's a right-footed ball or if it'll be a left one that kind of swings out. Really, it's all about the delivery in these, and there is just a ton of space, Poppy, between Atlanta United's back line and where Ben Lundgaard is standing.
Crawford with the delivery. Looking to pick out a black jersey, unable to do so. Atlanta United love to try and hit on the counter-attack. Numbers rolling forward. Van Schaik retreating. Well recovered by Charleston. And it looks like that'll be a goal kick for the home side.
And that's a blistering attack, Poppy. I mean, you can see the pace and ability to get forward there. And unlucky there in the end to have it roll off his foot, but was really promising attack there for Atlanta United too.
Philip Goodrum begging for it in the box. It didn't find its way to him. Here's Van Schaik. Out for Nemhard. Nemhard assisting Zico Lewis on Sunday against Birmingham Legion.
And it was an absolute cracker, Poppy. I mean, really a brilliant goal. And you wonder, can Zico Lewis pull that off again? I hope he tries it.
Zico Lewis, the Bermudan international, led the battery in goals scored last season. Finished the year with 8, scored 2 so far, as we mentioned in the pregame. Here's Daly. Outnumbered by the visitors.
And you can see when they sort of set up in possession how stretched their back line can get. They really push their wing backs like Coleman Gannon super high up the field, but gives a lot of space in between. So if the battery can pick off a ball high, there'll be tons of space to play through.
They like to go with 3 at the back, like you said, those wingers dropping in. Jackson Conway in the middle of the park, Picks up a free kick for his side. Fans since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com.
Well, in typical Atlanta United fashion, they're comfortable with the ball at the back and want to have a lot of possession of the ball. And, you know, if the Battery can get players in high positions to press there, they may be able to pick off.
Van Schaik finds the switch. Gudula assesses his options. Find Angelo Kelly, who ranked ever so highly for the black and yellow in midfield last season. Jadama. That is going to be a free kick down this near side. Deshaun Nembhard shown a yellow card in the 10th minute.
Well, it's a hard challenge here on the sideline, and you can hear the displeasure from the Atlanta United 2 coaching staff and players on that challenge. And he's shown the first yellow of the match. It really a hard challenge. He gets the ball first, but kind of follows through there, and I think that's what the players and staff are upset about.
Yellow card issued to number 12, the Charleston Battery, Deshaun
Riley
Nembhard
over this one.
minute.
The Atlanta United Academy player made 5 starts in 10 matches for the Twos last season. And this really is a team that likes to bring players through their academy from the youth into the Twos and all the way to the pros. Johnny Fortune and his first start against Memphis, becoming the 6th current academy member to make a start since the return to play, and you can just see that all the way through. George Bello being the perfect example of that.
Absolutely, there's just so much talent in the Atlanta area, and obviously their arms reach across the country and across the world to bring in talent into their youth academy, and they have an incredible system. Their youth teams do very well in the youth leagues across the country, and certainly the ability to be able to bring some of these youth players in the USL team prior to making a debut at MLS is just a fantastic setup.
And speaking of MLS, Atlanta United out of the tournament. And Frank de Boer parting ways with the club earlier today. Stephen Glass is here in the stands though tonight. Henry Apollo on the bench as the Atlanta United 2's manager.
It's always unfortunate, but in the professional game, there are changes made all the time, and so you wish Frank de Boer the best, certainly, and I know that Atlanta United will want to move on and right the ship pretty quickly as the MLS season will charge on.
Van Schaik for Archer. Flicks one out wide, unable to complete. Crawford. Here's Romario Pigott, top of the box, outnumbered, runs into a bit of traffic. Rittmeyer can pick it up though. Nembhard invited into the attack, into the box it goes and falls through. Crawford once again, ground ball in, and that will be a corner kick for the Battery.
That's a good piece of play there from the Battery as they move the ball from side to side quickly to get a chance on the top of the box. And it's a ball that is just really whipped in with pace from Nembhard. And you see this ball come out wide, and he just whips that ball in first time. Causes a bit of trouble. Battery allowed to keep it alive. A good opportunity goes awry.
Zico Lewis with an opportunity to whip one in from the far side now. Ground ball towards the near post, and that one punched to safety from Conway.
Set pieces can make such a difference in every game, and so if you're the Charleston Battery, you want to try and take advantage of these situations.
Here's Romario Pigott, brings it down in the box. Not a lot of options around him. A dink to the back post. Angelo Kelly's there now, lays lays it off and nobody there. The Battery queuing up and the strike from distance. No worries at the back.
Another good attacking opportunity from the Charleston Battery. Angelo Kelly might have been better off taking that himself as opposed to trying to pull that ball back across. Difficult angle, surely.
And Lundgaard makes his 4th start tonight for the Twos. Signed with Atlanta United earlier this season. Zico Lewis now, and an excellent save at the back. Lundgaard up for the occasion.
And the Battery able to intercept possession high up the field and have a good chance on goal, but Lundgaard stands his ground.
There's a turnover at the back from Atlanta United too. They've been guilty of that as of late. A few loose passes from a very young backline has got them in trouble in the last couple of matches, Christian, and I'm sure the Battery have done the homework looking to capitalize on any errors.
That's right.
Into the box it goes, Van Schaik. Gadula to push it on his way. Piggott, room to roam in the midfield. Here's Nemhard. A ding ball over, Zico Lewis finds Naku Daly. Naku Daly in an exciting attacker, lightning speed. The Jamaican youth international didn't really get his season going last season due to a couple of injuries. 2 consecutive starts for him. Here's Angelo Kelly. The strike is there. Lundgaard spills but picks up the seconds.
That's excellent work there from the central midfield player, Kelly, who takes his man, sizes him up, goes 1v1, tries to create something on the dribble and has a lash at goal. And Angelo Kelly does so well there, getting to goal, taking the initiative, and getting a real strike on target. Very positive from Angelo Kelly.
Jackson Conway. Lovely ball out to the wing. The delivery from the far side is in. Phil Brino is tested. And just a hair over the top of the bar.
And that's how dangerous Jackson Conway can be. As that ball slides out wide, you can see him making that run into the box, calling for that ball. And the Battery really make a hash of it. They really make a hash of it. That ball goes out wide and is smashed in, and Jackson Conway is the bravest one in the box to get there. Just unlucky, puts that ball over the bar.
We showed you his fantastic goal against Tampa Bay Rowdies in the pre-game. The English native from Leeds, graduated from high school in Atlanta, came through the Atlanta Academy, and here they come again on the front foot, lays it off to the back post. The block is there, danger not over. Ground ball strike just wide of the target in the end. A few shaky moments for the home side though.
Yeah, they'll want to get their lines a little bit closer together, put a little bit more pressure on that initial ball. And it looks like both teams want to pick that ball off high in these moments if they can.
Nemhard into Rittmeyer. Rittmeyer in his 4th season with the Charleston Battery. Was a consistent part of the starting lineup last season, appearing in 33 matches. As we mentioned, the College of Charleston product. One to come through the Battery Academy. Speaking of academies.
Yeah, and that's just real smart from Rittmeyer there. That ball he really had no chance to really do much with. Picks up the professional foul there.
The Twos work it out the back. Van Schaik wins the aerial. Conway, a looping ball over, offside is the call though, but Mackie Jope was on the run regardless.
Yeah, it's an excellent effort there. You can see Jackson Conway can create as well as score there, and he just flicks that ball forward, and the timing of the run is just barely offside there.
Mackie Jope playing alongside his brother Abdoulaye Jope, both from Senegal. Moved to the States at a young age before attending high school in Florida. Mackie Joe playing at Eastern Florida State College and Detroit City in the NPSL. Crawford.
And I think the Battery are trying to play a game of sustained possession and when they can attack quickly against this Atlanta United side.
Here's Romario Piggott, lays one out wide, Nemhard. Some fancy footwork at the top of the box, and it takes no deflection. And a goal kick for the visitors.
Well, and Deshaun Nemhard has so much ability and pace there. He really wants to run there at that back line. Unlucky that that ball just deflects out off his own boot.
There's head coach Mike Anhauser on your screen. Looking over with assistant coach Dusty Hudok.
And between those two guys, they've seen it all on a professional level, haven't they?
We'll take a look at Mike Anhauser's timeline coming up shortly. Here's an opportunity, it's Nikhil Daly, he opens the scoring. A fantastic finish from the Jamaican international, and the Battery on the score sheet first.
Well, it's a great little slip ball in there, and Nikhil Daly makes no mistake about it. And really a really calm finish there in the box. Just with his left foot, takes the ball, slots it home. It's a fantastic goal there.
Just 18 years old. We know he can be a threat going forward. We'll take another look at this. An excellent ball through from Angelo Kelly. Lewis helps it on its way, and Nikhil Daly slots it home.
Yeah, and Nikhil Daly, you're used to seeing him breakaway speed and scoring off of maybe running for 60 yards with the ball or after the ball. But to be able to have that composure in tight spaces, he takes advantage of his opportunity. 1-0 Battery.
Nikhil Daly just started 5 of the 17 matches he appeared in last season. Really became a super sub as of late. The Jamaican international scored 21 goals for Clarendon College at the Jamaican National Premier League before making his way to the Charleston Battery. Long ball forward. Archer one-on-one in the box. Really uses his presence at the back. The 6'4" centre back.
Well, and that's going to be a battle all night between Leland Archer and Mackie Joe. Two big, strong, physical players, both with pace. And Leland Archer does so well just to get the positioning inside and create a free kick here for the Battery.
Leland Archer, just 23 years old, in his 3rd season with the Battery, just plays beyond his years.
He really does, and you don't see that as often from a player that plays as a central back. You see guys like Jared Van Schaik, who are veterans that have played in the league or professionally for many years. Leland Archer certainly wise beyond his years on the soccer pitch.
Here's Joe once again, and this could be trouble. Van Schaik going to be shown yellow in the 22nd. The referee looked like he was going to his pocket there. He might have got away with one.
Yeah, Van Schaik looked a little bewildered there at the call, but you can see how dynamic some of these Atlanta United 2 players can be on the ball and off the ball as they make these runs. They're a side that can be reckoned with in terms of their attack.
Islam Pexanar just having a word. Well, while we have a second, the strongest field in golf returns to the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island Golf Resort next May. Battery fans can take advantage of priority access to ticket registration by visiting p.ga/battery. To learn more about the 2021 PGA Championship, fans can also visit pgachampionship.com/2021. An opportunity here for the twos away at the first man, Nico Rittmeyer.
Yeah, and Jack Gurr will be disappointed with himself in terms of that delivery, as he just didn't miss that near man and give his team any option there.
Brino out of the black, just catching practice in the end for him. Someone who played in the Open Cup for the Battery last season. Second to the Battery's #1 keeper, Joe Kuzminski, who headed to Israel on a season-long loan to Maccabi Haifa. And Phil Brino relishing being that #1.
Absolutely, he's doing a great job, and I'll tell you, goalkeepers will always want to get an early touch on a ball, an early delivery on a cross to sort of shake the nerves and feel settled, and Brino made no mistake on that one.
Forward, Chodama deals at the back. Here's Kelly.
Just in the first 24 minutes of this match, Poppy, I'm seeing Angelo Kelly being much more impactful than he was in 90 minutes the other day. So it's encouraging for Battery fans.
Angelo Kelly, third on the team in minutes played last season. Started in almost every game. Ranked second on the team in passes completed. A real workhorse in the middle of the park. Crawford for Lewis. Out wide, just a touch too much. Nemhard intercepts. Top of the box, Zico Lewis across looking for Piggott. Kelly for Gadula. Gets the 1-2 on the far side. Patience from the home side. Here comes the delivery.
And almost too patient, Poppy. Really, the speed of play that they used to get into that final third was there, but allowed Atlanta United to drop and really get almost everybody behind the ball to sort of clog those spaces up.
Shake settles it for the home side.
Yeah, and in these really solid build-ups from the Battery, you see 5 across that back line for the twos, and they'll make it difficult to play in back behind those spaces.
Good. Riley. Riley, another academy player. Lofty ball forward and no worries at the back. Brino plays it quickly. Crawford.
And here's where I'd like to see the Battery try and attack out with speed. A quick counter. Don't let Atlanta United 2 drop and get numbers behind the ball.
Easy to forget now into the second match of the restart that these players have been off for 4 months. They're coming back into it nicely, but how difficult is it to not only get that fitness? They're allowed 5 substitutions that's able to be made in the 3 times, but how difficult is it for these players now with 1 game under their belt and really looking to get into that middle of the season swing in the early going with hardly any games under their belt?
It's not easy, Poppy, and with points on the line, you really want to try and find that form and that rhythm as quickly as you can. Both coaches with 5 available substitutes to make, so I would not be surprised to see a good portion of those subs made in the later portion of the game, because players will get tired. They got to play themselves fit.
An opportunity now inside the box. Goodrum goes to ground with Brino. Archer takes a touch out the back before pumping it forward. Naku Daly on the run. Got such good speed and he almost catches Lundgaard off balance there. A shaky moment at the back for the visitors. And one that we've probably seen a few times too many for this side.
Indeed, and I'll tell you, I think Atlanta United 2 found out just how fast Naku Daly is. That guy ate up an enormous amount of ground quickly.
Here's Piggott, takes the strike, can't quite get the angle on it.
Another good opportunity, and I'll tell you, Naku Daly has the ability to stretch a team, and Atlanta United 2 will take note of that. It was a ball that was through that Naku Daly just really tracked down. I think that Lundgaard was surprised. I think he thought he had a lot more time as this ball is bounding forward, and Naku Daly is just eating up yards there. Lundgaard was surprised, and I'm a little surprised there wasn't a foul called on that. Generally, you'll see the referee give the benefit of the doubt to the goalkeeper and call a foul there, but impressive space of play there from Naku Daly.
Mojadama also caught off guard there at the back. Adama spent time with Portland Timbers too last season. Here's Van Schaik looking to defend across the box. It goes Nemhard first to it. Tries to play it out, can't connect. Gurr assesses his options, plays Gannon out wide. A good switch at the flank, and Gadula does enough to get a touch on it.
That's well done from Logan Gadula to get to that ball. I honestly thought it was a little bit of a hopeful ball across, really one runner in the box, but almost picked out his man, but Logan Gadula was equal to the task to head it away.
Mikey Jobe on the far side. Van Schaik with time to bring it down, and he'll leave that for Brino. It's an interesting matchup, this one, Christian. These two teams are going to see each other a lot over the next couple of weeks. 3 times in the next 5 games. They've already played each other once back in March, which seems like a lifetime ago now. But, you know, as a player, how difficult is that to play the same team so consistently, or is it a good thing for these players?
I think it's difficult. You never want to play the same team 3, 4, 5 times in a season. I think you know, everything is lost in terms of any surprise you may pull on them, and anything that happened in March I think is moot at this point. That was months ago, but certainly the next few matches with these guys, there will be no secrets between either of these teams.
Jobe unable to keep it in bounds on the far side. And here we'll see the hydration break. Every team around the world really having these hydration breaks. Not only are the temperatures warm here, but we mentioned these players been off for about 4 months now, really trying to get back into the swing of things and that match fitness. Mike Anhauser down there on your screen. Let's take a look at his journey since he's been with the club. His 27th season with Charleston. Played 6 seasons in the midfield before transitioning into a coaching role in 1999. When you talk about someone that has so much history with the club, he led the team to an Open Cup final in 2008. Only the second non-MLS side to do that. And he really just has had quite the career here with this historic club.
You really can't mention the Charleston Battery without mentioning Mike Anhauser. They go hand in hand. And Poppy, I want to bring back those old kits that we saw Coach wearing back in the day. And I tell you, it's just he's done a tremendous job throughout the years. Such a consistent leader for this Charleston Battery team.
As you saw there, won the USL Championship titles in 2010 and then again in 2012. And really, he's done a phenomenal job of bringing players through as well and sending them on to that next level. Michael Chang, Justin Portillo, Ozzy Alonso. He's signed somebody from open tryouts every single season since 2002. He's got a real eye for talent as well.
He does, and if you want to get a chance to play pro soccer, this is the place to come. If you want a chance to move on in your career, obviously, Augie has shown that players can go on to do amazing things.
Over 210 career wins as well. Sits next to Dusty Hudock and John Wilson on the sideline, who have been with him since the beginning. And also Bobby Weisenberger from MUSC Health, who has been with the club for a decade now. A real veteran coaching lineup. Logan Gadula gets us back underway. Spent last season with Phoenix Rising before joining FC Cincinnati, who initially drafted him, and then also spent time with Hartford Athletic. Loves to get forward in the attack. Touch too much for Angelo Kelly down this near side. We showed you the Zoom call at the beginning of the match. The fans joining in numbers virtually for what has become the new normal as of late. And also for Atlanta United 2 fans, a shout out to everyone joining us on the Soccer Down Here Twitch feed.
I don't know about you, Poppy, but I'm ready for these stands to be packed full of Battery supporters and away fans. We get such amazing support here in Charleston for this side. We're ready for them to come out to Patriots Point.
And for the Battery as well, such a historic time for the club with this new stadium. Out wide, the ball's played over the top of the bar. That was struck with some power.
Yeah, it's an interesting attack there and decision to shoot from kind of a difficult angle, but he lashes at that ball and just flies over the top.
A turnover at the back here. Zico Lewis can't connect to Angelo Kelly. Again, loose. But a referee will give that one in favor of the visitors. That's a few times now, though, you've seen the Battery attack really catch the Atlanta United 2 back line off.
Yeah, just a little inconsistent play out of the back from Atlanta United 2. They've got to take care of the ball, and they're going to ship chances all night to this Battery side.
Gurr leads the team in key passes. Another one that likes to get forward. Here's Conway. Opts to go out wide. Stops in his tracks at the top of the box. And nicely defended from Gadula.
Gadula stands up, does a great job, keeps his eye on the ball, and really does a great job to win the ball back for the Battery, and a foul to boot to get out of it.
A nice flick on, here's Piggott. A nice ball into the box. Nikhil Daly unable to get to it before Jazama. Don't miss a minute of action in 2020. Sign up today and get alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for Charleston Battery, then click follow to keep up with the latest news and scores. And get reminders on the Charleston Battery's next home match. Go to ESPN.com now and click follow for your club. Lewis. Options out wide, finds Rittmeyer. Rittmeyer. A touch inside, surrounded by white shirts. And an opportunity comes now for the Battery, just at the top of the box.
Yeah, but another turnover from Atlanta United there in the back. Jack Gurr trying to cross field ball and really just misses his target, and Battery able to sort of pick that up and now have a dangerous free kick opportunity really at the top of the box.
Lewis and Crawford both over this one.
And if you're a player, Poppy, you almost want this 2 or 3 yards further back. It's tucked in pretty tight, so at this distance it's difficult to get the ball up and over the wall. They may look for a seam next to the wall to sort of play this through.
Ben Lundgaard busy organizing his back line. Numbers in the box for the Battery. The height from the back line makes its way up. Who do you fancy here, Christian?
I think it's a left footer. I think where Lundgaard is positioned, this is Zico Lewis.
It's going to be Crawford, though it almost sneaks in. An excellent strike.
Well, what do I know, Poppy? Robbie Crawford with an absolute banger there and bends it, keeps it low, doesn't try and go over the wall, just plays it next to the wall. And Lundgaard with a great save to parry that wide.
Lundgaard doing well, especially with that wall blocking his vision. An excellent strike from the Scotsman. Gadula once again joins in the attack, outnumbered, safety in numbers from the visitors. And here we go at the other end of the park. Cut inside, Joe with the distance, and ever rising.
And it's an absolute hammer there from Joe.
Take another look at Robbie Crawford with that shot. Tell you what, that was not too far off.
Yeah, and where Lundgaard was lined up to defend, you'd think it might be a left footer.
Here's Rittmeyer. A bit of trickery, can't quite get the execution though.
But that's better from Nico Rittmeyer, getting down the line and creating chances. What he's good at is getting past players, getting past defenders, creating opportunities. He'll want to have steered that ball toward the far post there. Obviously a miss hit, but good things from number 7 there.
Gannon can't do much with that.
Yeah, and this is the third or fourth ball that Gannon has had to try and jump and trap with his head to keep in play.
Nemhard. Into the queue, Daly. Finds its way to Kelly, who fancies the chance himself. And the Battery managing to get the strikes from all over now.
Well, Angelo Kelly has an absolute rifle, and he shows it to us there from just outside the box. He hammers this near post and just misses wide. You can see he's disappointed that that ball didn't find the back of the net. But another sloppy clearance there from Atlanta United 2, and Angelo Kelly smashes this one just past the post.
Angelo Kelly doing well to create just enough space for himself. Here's Jope. Lays one off. Atlanta United 2 on the attack now. Jackson Conway in the box.
And this is where the Battery have to be careful after a sustained attack or after attacking an Atlanta United 2's end, is being counterattacked, because the last 4 or 5 moments here with Atlanta United 2 as they've gotten the ball, they've gone forward fast and they've almost caught us out there.
Good. For Jadama, the captain at the back. Spent last season and the season prior with Portland Timbers. Over 40 appearances for Portland Timbers too. Made his MLS appearance in 2018 against SKC. Prior to that, also spent time in the USL Championship, one of the most experienced players on this side. Lundgaard.
Well, you look at the young players in this Atlanta United 2 side, and there's a common theme amongst them, I think, and that's just competency on the ball. They all have such good patience and ability, comfort level with the ball at their feet. When you look at Gurr, Conway, when you look at, Philip Goodrum, these guys just have such good patience and competence with that ball. They're able to create.
A very possession-orientated side. Always rank highly in the league with pass completion. But on the other side of that, they also ranked highly last season with goals conceded, conceding 77, only scoring 45.
Yeah, that's a rough stat to hear, and certainly only way to go is up in terms of that for Atlanta United 2's back line.
One thing they have to challenge with is an ever-rotating, changing lineup, though. But with the pathway to the pros, as we mentioned, with MLS, even these players always having something to play for, that MLS contract, and looking for that next level. And like we mentioned, there's not many better teams that bring players through the academy and send them all the way to the top.
That's right, and they've certainly made that a priority, as they should, is player development and bringing players through the system and giving them an opportunity to succeed or to fail. And you're seeing a lot of players that are succeeding coming through that academy.
Good. Finds Jope. Looking for options, decides to go straight through the middle, brought down in the box. As Pexanar points out wide, corner kick coming up.
Well, it's an excellent attack there from Mackie Jope as he weaves his way through the Battery defense, and just a really well-timed poke tackle from Jared Van Schaik. As this ball comes through, you can see Mackie Jope's ability on the ball to slice and dice, and great cover there from the skipper, Jared Van Schaik, in the nick of time.
Jared Van Schaik, a captain in every sense of the word. The most veteran leader on this side. And now an opportunity for Atlanta United 2. Battery taking no chances, everybody back in the box to help defend. A ground ball in, it almost snuck through. Here's Crawford. Can they hit on the counter-attack? Nikiu Daly on the run.
Yeah, and that's training ground stuff right there. Corner kick that's just driven on the ground and in the box. The timing has to be impeccable. It is, and they actually get to it. Can't make solid contact.
Brino out the back. Nemhard wins the aerial. Here's Gurr. Stay with us at half-time. We'll be talking to Charleston Battery owner Rob Salvatore, who'll be joining us in the booth. He'll be talking to us about his time here so far, all the changes that we've seen at Patriots Point, a brand new stadium for the Charleston Battery, just a stone throw away from downtown, and a pretty picture-perfect place to play, Christian.
It's a phenomenal place if you're a player to come and ply your trade, but certainly for fans as they're let back into the stadiums across the country, it's an amazing place to come watch a game. Of course, Charleston, the city itself, is one of the finest cities in the world.
Long ball over. Saw Brino way off his line there, fancied a chance, and a bit of a hold your breath moment for the Battery fans.
It was. You know, really a lash from 70 yards away, and Brino's almost caught out there. Would have been, he spared his blushes there with you know, as we sort of get close to the end of the half.
Phil Brino, the William and Mary product. We're hearing there's going to be 2 minutes of added on time here for the first half. Daly not given a second on the ball.
And that's one way to stop McHugh Daly. Don't let him get started. Really hard defending there, midway up the pitch. They're not too concerned to give a free kick away in this area.
Crawford over this one.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum of 2 minutes at a time, presented by MUSC Health Sports Medicine.
And Crawford all the way back into the back line. Brino sends one long. Rittmeyer offside on that occasion. Both teams have created quite a few chances so far in this match. Christian, what do you need to see from the home side coming out in the second half?
I mean, really, you've said it, both sides have created chances. I think the Battery back line with Jared Van Schaik slotting in there is going to give them that sort of veteran leadership and ability to sort of calm things down back there as they seem to have given away a few chances. But really, it's about finishing your opportunities, Poppy. I think both sides will continue to go on and create. For the Battery, finishing an opportunity or two puts this game out of reach.
The Battery have had double the shots that Atlanta United 2 have had.
Yeah, and I think Atlanta United too, with they're used to being in these positions where they can be outshot but continue to stay in the game. And so if you're the Charleston Battery, you have to be wary of that, to take 15 or 20 shots in a game but only score 1 or 2 goals. Atlanta United only need a few chances.
Wiley on the far side, unable to keep it in. One of the youngest players to play for Atlanta United 2, just 15 years old, one of the academy players. As we come into the last 20 seconds of added on time, presented by MUSC Health.
Poppy, when I was 15 years old, I was thinking about trying to get my driver's license, and you know, if I might be able to take a girl out on a date or something. I wasn't thinking about playing professional soccer, or certainly starting and making an impact at this level.
Born in 2004, Caleb Wiley. And that just about does it for the first half of action here at Patriots Point. The Battery leading Atlanta United 2, 1-0 at the half. Stay with us, because coming up just around the corner, we'll talk to Charleston Battery owner Rob Salvatore. And we'll take a look around the Eastern Conference with some league news and notes. It's all coming up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in a mo.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete. You're obsessed. You're in love. You're in pain. Spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity. Because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. You're not alone. You're supported, pushed, tested, tried, true, broken, fixed, and put back on track to do it all again. Your road is long. On open highway, completely secluded, jammed with traffic, horns blaring, sirens screaming, speed limit, near misses, head-on collisions, body shops, rest stops, so many tolls to pay. Your destination isn't a place, it's a record, a dance, a feeling. Hands in the air, stands on their feet, joy all around. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health, Sports Medicine.
Welcome back to Patriots Point, Charleston, South Carolina. It's halftime here. The Charleston Battery 1, Atlanta United 2-0. Nick Daly, the difference. Today's halftime show is presented by the 2021 PGA Championship. Want to welcome in now Charleston Battery owner Rob Salvatore. Rob, thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me up in the booth at half.
Well, it's been an absolute whirlwind this past couple of months for everybody, but especially for you. You've had a big task on your hands getting this place ready and coming in, you know, in November. What has this last couple of months been like for you?
Well, nobody expected it to go exactly as it did, but I think we were prepared for getting it done in a rush. And even though the hiatus was difficult to deal with because we weren't back on the field, it gave us a little bit more time to get things ready here. And absent the fans, we're really thrilled with how it came out. We wanted to create an environment where we could put the fans eventually on top of the action and bring out the best of Charleston food and beverage scene. And I really think we nailed it there. We got a lot of help from the school and from Patriots Point in the town. And it's been a fun 9 months or so designing it and building it out and to be part of it in a hands-on way. For me, it was a dream, and we're just really excited to put people in the building.
It's a pretty picture-perfect place here. You've got the Ravenel Bridge, the US Yorktown there. There's been so many changes over the past couple of months, and one of the things that was a priority for you was really getting the community involved. You know, this stadium has come together with a collaboration of a lot of local resources. You know, how much more special has that made the process for you?
Well, I think what we found out early on was there's a lot of Battery fans, and we wanted it to be a local destination built by local firms. So LS3P, who helped with the design, and Hill Construction, and Seaman Whiteside. These are all people who are, in some cases, lifetime Battery fans. The guys that built this stadium out for us built out the original stadium. So it's a generational thing, and that, I think, sends a message in terms of what we're all about, which is how do we make it a community first team.
And, you know, the new logo is there. The branding's all been going up. What has it been like for you, you know, amidst all that's been happening, to see this progression step by step? You have probably been one of the most hands-on people out there, painting the booths, getting everyone involved. There we go. We just saw a shot of it there. You know, how special has that made that for you and your family and everyone that's been involved? Yeah,
I mean, I got involved to be here and to be hands-on, and for me, a dream come true. If you could roll back the clock, adolescent Rob wanted to be an architect, so in a lot of ways putting together passion of sports and, you know, design, if you will, and just to build it. I think it sends a message that we're all in on it, and it's for me, it's been, you know, a thrill. And I felt the support of the local community, and also, you know, from my family and the group of us that took the team over. Just, you know, obviously, this is a dream come true, and you know, put a couple wins together and it'll be even better. We saw you there with the stars next to you. We couldn't see what you're saying, but I know what you were saying. You were saying, wouldn't it look great to add another star here? You know, you've got a phenomenal relationship with the team. They've absolutely loved playing here at Patriots Point, the second game here tonight. What has it been like for you to see them over this time? Well, the guys have been amazing. I think there's been a real connection, and I know that one thing I said to them was your patience during the process of waiting waiting and staying in a mentally good place, staying fit, being ready for the season. I think what they felt is that we're really committed to the rebuild of the team and putting our vision on it, and I think they've reciprocated with working hard, and they're a really, really good group of guys, and they've even pitched in around the place. So I'm happy for them that we're back, and then the last piece of the puzzle is, can we get some people in here to show their support? Because I know the community is dying to come in and show their support.
Well, I know the players absolutely love being out here. We cannot wait to welcome the fans back. Rob, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to having you on with the broadcast to come. But stay with us, because still coming up, we'll take a look at the news and notes in the Eastern Conference, as well as the standings and those regionalized groups. It's all coming up. We'll be back in just a moment.
The United Soccer League and its 47th championship in League One clubs stand united in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can create change. Together, we are united against racism.
Once a community's long-term player development pathway is established, USL clubs must clearly define their talent identification strategy in collaboration with their youth network. Establishing this strategy provides local clubs and coaches the opportunity to recommend top young prospects towards the USL Academy level and eventually their local USL senior team. As players are identified, the USL Academy League is designed to provide young players the opportunity to transition from youth soccer to playing at the senior level in 3 different ways. Players most ready to make the jump to the USL Championship, League 1 and League 2 can begin their integration into a senior team by taking a part-time senior status, allowing them to train and even play at the senior level while still getting additional training and games within the USL Academy League. Top young players projected to be ready for their first integration into senior team soccer within 1 to 2 years will be encouraged to register as the full-time academy status. Players with a longer-term projection towards the USL senior team will have the flexibility to continue primarily being a part of their youth team through the part-time youth status. This will also encourage further collaboration between the youth network and the USL senior team, as coaches from both levels can work together to determine the right time to move players through that established pathway. For more information, visit usl-academy.com.
Welcome back to Patriots Point. It's halftime here. This halftime show is presented by the 2021 PGA Championship. Let's take a look at the news and notes around the league. A few from the top. Indy 11 off to an absolute cracking start. 6 games have been won unbeaten.
Absolutely incredible. They look like the team to beat in the USL at the moment.
And for Bob Lilly's side, it was fun while it lasted, but their 25-game home unbeaten streak was snapped on Wednesday.
All things come to an end, but another time to start a new streak and get it rolling.
And Goal of the Week nomination, Zico Lewis against Birmingham Legion on Sunday was nominated for the Goal of the Week. It didn't win, but it was a phenomenal strike nonetheless.
Absolutely fantastic goal from Zico Lewis.
Zico Lewis looking to get on the score sheet again tonight. Nikhil Daly with 1 goal so far in this match already. Let's take a look at the USL Eastern scoreboard. We've got a game coming up tonight. El Paso taking on New Mexico United. And as you can see there, it was Indy 11 that ended the run for Pittsburgh Riverhounds.
Yeah, and that was a match to behold. Indy 11 getting away with a 1-0 win on the road. And like I said, they're the team to beat in the East.
And the New York Red Bulls, too, finding their stride again. They beat Philadelphia Union 5-1 on Wednesday. When they get going, they really get going. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. A familiar face for the Battery tonight, because Charleston will play Atlanta United 3 times in the next 5 games. But this is what's coming up around the league. We've got a day of action tomorrow. One to note, Birmingham Legion taking on Tampa Bay Rowdies. That'll be a good matchup.
Absolutely, and Tampa Bay leading the Group H standings at the moment, so we'll have our eyes firmly fixed on that one.
That's taking a look at Group H, Atlanta United 2 and Miami FC, an interesting one as well. These teams will be very familiar with each other at the end of this season. We've still got more action coming up from Patriots Point though. It's halftime here. We've got highlights and stats. It's all coming up. We'll be back just after this.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. You're not alone, you're supported, pushed, tested, tried, trued, broken, fixed, and put back on track to do it all again. Your road is long, on open highway, completely secluded, jammed with traffic, horns blaring, sirens screaming, speed limit, near misses, head-on collisions, body shops, rest stops, so many tolls to pay. Your destination isn't a place, it's a record, a dance, a feeling. Hands in the air, stands on their feet, joy all around. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health, Sports Medicine.
Presented by 2021 PGA Ocean Course.
Welcome back to Patriots Point. Charleston Battery 1, Atlanta United 2-0. This halftime show is presented by the 2021 PGA Championship. Well, Christian, it was an energetic first half for both sides. Again, the Battery creating a lot of chances, especially in the early going. We'll take a look at the highlights now from the first half. And here we go with Niku Daly.
Yeah, and Angelo Kelly here with a rip, really gets the ball and goes at his defender 1v1, creates something off the dribble. He's a player that generally is creating in combination, but goes at his player 1v1 there.
And then Jackson Conway as well, spraying the ball out wide. It comes in, an excellent ball delivered, really testing Brino, who in the end didn't need to do much. Over the top of the crossbar it goes, but end-to-end stuff. And again, another example of Atlanta United 2 trying to build from the back, dispossessed by Angelo Kelly. And here was the goal. Niku Daly slots one in, the Jamaican international. He's really shown his speed in the first half, but a cool and composed finish for the 18-year-old.
Well, as cool as you like, and he takes this with his left foot and slots the ball into the back post. Absolutely brilliant finish.
And here's another look at just what Niku Daly is capable of. Lightning speed to go forward, a collision with Lundgaard at the back. We mentioned throughout the broadcast, this has been a bit of a downfall for Atlanta United too. A few mistakes at the back, a few loose touches, and teams have been able to punish them. Another look at Robbie Crawford's strike there, straight through the wall and punched away at the last minute. We'll take a look at the first half stats. The biggest one, the Battery leading with a 1-0, shots on target 4-1, and they've outshot the visitors 10-7.
Well, the Battery have had the lion's share of really dangerous chances, but it doesn't take much, it doesn't take long for Atlanta United 2 to strike, and they showed that in the first half.
And not surprising that Atlanta United 2 leading with the possession. They like to carry the possession in these matches. Can they translate that into something on the scoreboard is the question. Well, we talked about what we want to see from Charleston in this next half, but if you're the visitors, what do you need to do to get back in this match?
Well, I think it's combining that possession and having it higher up the field, Poppy. They've really had a lot of their possession in their defensive third of the field, and unfortunately for them have given away opportunities. That's where the Battery goal came from. So if they can sustain possession in the Battery's half of the field, they're going to come away with creating some opportunities to score goals.
Caleb Wiley on your screen just before Niku Daly, just 15 years old, makes his third start here tonight. One of the Atlanta United Academy players. We mentioned that success rate they've had from bringing them up from youth all the way through to MLS. No changes at the half as of yet. And Mackie Jope is ready to get us underway for second half action here at Patriots Point. The front three have been dynamic, ever rotating in the first half. Lundgaard forced with the clearance.
We wonder what changes tactically, if any, either coach would have made at halftime as both teams line up generally in the same formation as they left the first half.
Lundgaard. Big ball out of the back. Gadula picks up the seconds. Over the top, Piggott. Kelly on the run down the flank, finds feet. A good ball towards the back post. Zico Lewis is there. Nicely done from Lundgaard, the 6'5" keeper.
Yeah, and Zico Lewis isn't going to win a lot of those battles against a 6'5" goalkeeper there.
Here's Jope. Lays one off, and at the last minute, Archer comes rolling through to do just enough to throw Goodrum off.
Again, Leland Archer with that recovery speed, recovery pace, and his ability to get in the right positions to defend there.
Corner kick coming up for the visitors. We'll take another look at that.
Yeah, as that ball gets slipped in, it's a fantastic first touch there from Goodrum, but Leland Archer's equal to the task and steers that one to safety. But they're not out of the woods yet.
Here's Jack Gert with the in-swinger from this near side. Leads the team in key passes so far this season. Opts to go short with this one. The delivery is there towards the back post, and flying in, Brino to the rescue. Here's Lewis.
And Atlanta United too, with 3 corner kicks and 3 different looks on corner. You've seen them play it long. They drove a ball across inside the box, and now they've gone and played one short there. So a lot of creativity and ingenuity out on the pitch for Atlanta United too.
You're absolutely right. They haven't had a problem scoring goals. It's been the results as of late for Atlanta United too. Still looking for their first win of the season. Let's take another look at this opportunity.
And Brino is equal to the task there and flies to get there first. I think the play is just called back because they're worried that there's a head injury there, a collision. So they just want to take care and make sure everything's good, and we're back underway.
Van Schaik. Through the back, here's Archer. Cool and composed on the ball, looking for Piggott. Piggott. He's got Daly with him. Can he connect something? Still Piggott out wide to Daly. To get Naku. Daly looking for number 2.
Yeah, Naku Daly really should have done better there. He was trying to hold his run.
Across to the back post, and there it is, the finish. A fantastic header at the back post. Nico Rittmeyer makes it 2 for Charleston.
And just as we're talking about the missed opportunity there from Naku Daly, the battery hit lightning and strike again. And it's Nico Rittmeyer at the back post with a powerful header. Does just what you want to. He heads the ball down to the feet of Lundgaard. No chance there. And as you see this little flick across, an absolutely tremendous ball from Logan Gadula to pick out Nico Rittmeyer, who's all alone on the back post, and smashes that one home.
The wing-backs have been instrumental in putting these crosses in. Nico Rittmeyer notches one on his first start of 2020. He's scored a few goals on this very pitch in his collegiate days with College of Charleston. Now he gives the Battery a bit of security.
Well, he certainly has scored goals on this field, Poppy, and this will give him a lot of confidence wearing the black strip for the Battery, that he can put the ball in the back of the net.
The visitors with work to do now. In the 50th minute here at Patriots Point, Charleston, South Carolina, the location for this one.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how Rittmeyer develops throughout this season, because historically there haven't been a lot of transition in terms of goal scorers at the college level and how it translates at the professional game. It's a different level, and that will give Nico Rittmeyer a lot of confidence that he can produce at this level.
Nico Rittmeyer scored 2 goals last season. As we mentioned, this is his 4th season with the black and yellow. And here's another College of Charleston product, Leland Archer. Long ball forward, Daly looking to bring it down. Piggott picks up seconds. Crawford.
Niku Daly is going to have to shake that one off. A tough challenge there, and not really a ball that he wants to receive necessarily at his chest there.
Zico Lewis looping ball over. Kelly for Crawford. Fancies his chances and always rising.
But the Charleston Battery have come out of the gate flying, Poppy, and I really love this combination here between Angelo Kelly and Robbie Crawford. You could see this partnership between the two really start to firm up.
Robbie Crawford on your screen there from Greenock, Scotland. Makes his third appearance here tonight. Spent last season overseas in Finland. A familiar face for him in Zico Lewis, who he played with in Iceland, and Renico Clark, who's on the bench tonight. Here he is, Crawford. A lovely cutback, looking for the delivery. Ground ball, top of the box. A good dummy, Angelo Kelly wanting to finish it off, but Lundgaard, no problem.
And I think Angelo Kelly was as surprised as Atlanta United 2's defenders that that ball made it all the way through to him. Had he been more prepared to hit that ball, he'd have gotten a little bit more on it.
Rittmeyer. Takes a deflection. Take another look at Robbie Crawford. Manages to get a cross in from just about anywhere. Some nice footwork at the edge of the box. Ground ball in. Zico Lewis just so clever to leave it, like you said, almost catching Angelo Kelly himself off guard.
He did, and Crawford really made something out of nothing there in the corner, and just shows you his ability to not only play make from the center of the field, but to pull together chances for his side, even in the corner.
Bruno unable to connect out of the back. Wiley lays one off. Jope looking for Conway, and just wide. No threat for Charleston.
Yeah, and Conway, this is the guy you don't want to leave alone at the top of the box. And he finds that ball, was able to turn nice and quickly. It's a fantastic sharp turn. Doesn't take long or many steps in between, and just fires that ball past the post. But it starts with another giveaway in the defensive end, and I think that's been a story for both teams tonight so far. There have been one too many giveaways.
Bruno opts to go short. Archer composed on the ball, but can't find a Charleston shirt.
Well, I haven't seen it a ton yet, Poppy, so far, but you can see in the way these two teams set up and play against each other, there's just a ton of space on the opposite side. When a team sits back in a 3-5-2 or with a 5 back really defensively across the back line, it allows the opposite side back for the Charleston Battery to have and acres of space to play in. So you can see Deshaun Nemard there on the left side is just waiting eagerly for that ball to pop to his feet. The Battery be well poised to try and find him with that ball.
Daly. Kelly getting in the mix. Again, safety in numbers from the visitors. Crawford gets it going the other way. Here's Rittmeyer, outside of the foot. In it goes Piggott off the top of the bar. Story of the night against on Sunday against Birmingham Legion. And again, the woodwork preventing the Battery from finding the back of the net again.
Well, I thought I was watching a highlight from the other day. It was really a similar scenario where the ball was whipped in from one side, and really that was a pretty cheeky, creative ball from Nico Rittmeyer. But same scenario, Romario Piggott on the attack there, on the header, gets up, lashes that ball to the back post. It's a difficult ball to get a lot of pace on because it's just chipped in there. He does ever so well to steer that ball on target, and really we're talking about inches now.
Lofty ball over Daly. Not before Jadama. Kelly for Lewis. Lovely vision, couldn't quite get it to come to fruition. Good run. One-on-one with Crawford, sliding in, and he'll give away a free kick there. Yellow card for Robbie Crawford in the 55th.
And deservedly so. It's so well done from Philip Goodrum to get the ball and have a run. And really, you're stretching a central midfield player out into a channel where he's probably not as comfortable as defending centrally. And Robbie Crawford has really a decision to make there. And as you can see, Goodrum gets the touch. Robbie Crawford has to make a decision. Do I let him run by? Do I give away a free kick in this area? And the battery will be tested here.
Will Riley over the dead ball alongside Jack Kerr.
And that space just inside the PK spot is the dangerous area.
Good towards the back post, the head is there. And again, nothing to worry about. Over the top of the bar it goes.
It's a fantastic delivery and a brave header there from Mackie Jope, but just breezes that one over the bar. And as this ball comes across, you see 4 or 5 challenges there. But Mackie Jope is the first to slip that ball, but it just rises over the top. Another one, a difficult one to finish there.
Kelly, a lovely through ball. Here's Piggott trying to slide it past Lundgaard, who's out of the goal. Lewis takes a deflection, and the referee waves on medical attention.
Well, it's a calamity there in the box. A great ball through, and Piggott just about gets there first, but Lundgaard is crashing out of his goal to try and come make the play. And you just hope both players are okay in this scenario.
Lundgaard has caught himself on one-on-one opportunities quite a few times, not only in this match, but in the matches since the restart. And this time it's with Romario Piggott. You see Zico Lewis still trying to finish it off there. And this will bring on Bobby Weiserberger from MUSC Health.
And it's an honest challenge there. Both players have a right to go for that ball. It's not a real dangerous challenge there from Romario Piggott, I don't believe, and he gets to that ball first. Lundgaard does what he needs to do, which is come out, make the goal look as small as he can. And it's just the timing of 2 players crashing into each other there.
Lundgaard taking a minute there. Everybody else taking the opportunity to get some fluid on board. A very warm one here in Charleston, South Carolina. 85 degrees at kickoff. And slightly cloudy though compared to the blazing sun that we had for Sunday's match.
Yeah, thank goodness for some of those clouds. The players will have been thankful for that. And each of them will want to take these moments to collect themselves, get a bit of water, catch their breath, and get back into business here.
Back underway in the 59th. Conway, a touch too many. Crawford looking to go the other way. Daly once again on the run. Always a willing runner, Naku Daly.
And Jack Kerr does real well there to get to that ball and steer it back to Lundgaard with Naku Daly breathing down his neck.
And you can hear the applause from the Atlanta United 2 bench for the twos playing out of the back. Really something that they preach to their side, and you can just see how comfortable they are most of the time, but sometimes it can get them in a bit of bother.
It can, you know, really, I always think it's the chances that you give the other team that can often be the most dangerous chances of the night. Charleston Battery are good enough to create chances on their own. They don't need extra chances at goal.
Into the final 30 minutes of tonight's match from Patriots Point. Thank you for joining us for tonight's game, wherever you are doing so from. It's been an energetic one so far. No substitutions as of late. Does that surprise you, Christian?
Well, I think we're right about the time when changes will start to be made. There's 60 minutes in these players' legs. And, you know, I'd be surprised if we don't go too much longer without a change or 2 being made by either side.
Kadula out of the back. Lewis, can he find Daly? Jadama, nicely done. Tubbs Gets the 1-2, another academy player. From Brunswick, Georgia, makes his 4th start of the season tonight. Jope. And just as we say that, Romario Piggott goes down. He was the one in the collision with Lundgaard. You wonder if it has something to do with that. And Mike Anhauser may be forced into the first substitution.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to happen. You wonder, is that a cramp? But with the collision just happening moments ago, you hope it's not something too serious. But it looks like the battery poised to make a couple of changes here.
Zarakostas getting ready to make his way in, as is Jay Bolt. A big moment for Battery fans. Jay Bolt making his way back from injury, missed the majority of 2019, only made 10 appearances, and this is his first match back. And one of the newcomers, Stavros Zarakostas, the striker from Rhode Island, born in Greece, attended college close to home at the University of Rhode Island, where he had a pretty good collegiate career, 28 goals, 17 assists.
Zarakostas is a player that can certainly come in and give you a spark. He's a lively little player. Of course, Battery fans are familiar with Jay Bolt and excited about his return to the side here tonight.
And I think that smile says it all on Jay Bolt's face. In his 3rd season with the black and yellow.
I always think for players that are coming in, that are ready to make an immediate impact, the sooner you can get the ball at your feet and get involved, the better. Sort of settles you down and sort of gets you into the rhythm of the match.
And as a reminder, both teams allowed 5 substitutions. As we've seen with many leagues around the world, has to be done in 3 changes though. And here is the substitute. Zarakostas for Daly, a lovely turn. Niku Daly, acres of space in front of him. Takes a cut back, maybe a touch too many, but gets the shot off regardless.
And I don't mind that, Poppy. And that's what you see, Zarakostas immediately making an impact, getting the ball, finding Niku Daly, who we know has electrifying pace and the ability to break opponents down. It's really a great little slip ball here. Finds himself in, and Niku Daly decides to take this on himself and really looks for that back post and just misses it wide.
You said it, the quicker the substitutes can get in on the action, that's exactly what we thought from Zarakostas.
Well, both teams playing super narrow and a little bit deep defensively and allowing a little bit of space out wide. Comfortable to give that space away, but have to mark in the box here.
An opportunity for the cross denied by Bolt. Crawford opts to go long. Is there still gas in the tank for Niku Daly?
There's only so much you can ask of your center forward there. He's proven time and time again to chase those balls down, but just did and went on a 60-yard run with the ball at his feet. Might need a minute or 2 to get back on it.
Here's Wiley. Cuts inside into the mix. Tubbs. Out wide for Conway. Jackson Conway looping ball to switch the flank. Ground ball in, takes the deflection, and Brino punches to safety.
Well, it's a fantastic ball from Conway as he drives inside and looks to switch. It's a phenomenal ball across, and Brino with absolutely cat-like reactions there to steer that ball to safety. A phenomenal ball across from Conway to sort of shift the defending, and a harmless, innocuous ball across almost turns into a goal there.
Recycled into the mix, and Brino doesn't have to do too much, and it looks like we'll see the first change of the night for the visitors. Amir Bashti getting ready to come into this one. He returns from suspension, suspended from his red card against Tampa Bay Rowdies, missed the Memphis match. Drafted 48th overall by Atlanta United in 2019, and he will replace Philip Goodrum up top. Likes to sit and feed the strikers. Bashti.
Bashti's a super creative player, and they'll have missed him in the last match through suspension, obviously, but comes from an incredible college program in Stanford University. And so he's played in one of the best college programs in the country, and certainly is producing at the pro level now.
And won 3 consecutive NCAA national championships with them. A very decorated collegiate career. Conway.
Well, I'm going to come to his defense a little bit and say it was a little bit of a harsh sending off 2 weeks ago down in Tampa. Nonetheless, he should be fresh and ready to go tonight.
These games are going to come thick and fast, especially with the condensed schedule. All matches to be played over 16 weeks in regionalized groups, and then we get to the knockout stage, a different format, obviously, to what we see in regular seasons in the USL Championship, but they've done very well as a league to pull this off in home venues, given what's been going on.
Absolutely, we're thrilled to be playing home matches here in Charleston, as all the USL teams are across the country, and just glad to get back to some bit of normalcy, right, Pops?
Absolutely. And we've even seen teams around the league starting to let fans back into the stadium. Limited capacity, of course, but exciting times as we start to resume some sort of normality. Gadula. Safety first.
Yeah, Gadula taking no chances there and does a smart thing just to play wide, allowing his team to drop and get settled.
Bashti lays one off. Jope takes his space, looking for options. Pings one out wide. Gannon. Rittmeyer picking up some speed down the wing. Here's Lewis.
And here's the space I'm talking about. If they can continue to bring this ball across, Logan Gadula, if he can get forward to help, they'll have numbers overload on this side.
Crawford. No pressure on Gadula. Time and space. Kelly. In comes the 1-2. Crawford to the back post. Lundgaard punches away. Lewis to recycle. And offside is the call.
Now Lundgaard does extremely well to bat that ball away. Is Brave coming out in traffic, and the big man gets his paws to the ball. The referee calls this one back for offside.
Wiley, just 15 years old. Looping ball over the top. Brino decides to come out. This could be danger. Archer does enough to take it off his feet, and Van Schaik clears.
And shaky moments there at the back there between Brino and Archer.
Caleb Wiley comes out on top. Can't connect to a white shirt. Crawford does so well in regaining the possession in the midfield. Here's Kelly. Bolt. Not too many options.
No, and Atlanta United too do a good job of getting a lot of numbers around the ball in that area. If the Charleston battery can find a way out of that space and look for a switch to the opposite side, they'll find success.
And this may be an opportunity coming up.
Dangerous place for a free kick, Poppy, as this one will be whipped in, I'm sure. And the battery will send the big men forward to get a head on this one.
The Icelandic connection. Zico Lewis, Robbie Crawford over the dead ball. The visitors not taking any chances. Everybody back in the box to help defend. You said it, the height from the back line. Archer, Van Schaik into the mix. Crawford with the delivery, it's a dangerous one. And a collision at the back post pumps it just over the top.
Well, it's a phenomenal ball from Robbie Crawford, and he does just what you want him to do. Gives his team an opportunity as that ball comes bounding in to the 6-yard box. It creates havoc there as Battery players are running in to score goals, and the Atlanta United players are dropping to try and defend.
Lewis. In swinger from this near side. Opts to go back post, punched away once again. Corner kick number 2 coming up for Charleston.
Yeah, and anything inside that 6-yard box, Ben Lundgaard is going to come make it his.
A couple of substitutions getting ready to come into the match. Arthur Boschua, who missed the last match due to an injury, will replace Niku Daly up top. Arthur Boschua finished second on the team with goals last season, scoring 6.
Two different type of players here as Niku Daly is spent after chasing a million of those balls down over the top, and Arthur Boschua just really gives you a big physical presence, ability to hold that ball up top. Two different type of players there.
6'3" striker straight into the mix on Ben Lundgaard, and out comes Zico Lewis. He will be replaced by the Trinidad and Tobago Kieran Mason. And easy to forget that the Battery only played on Sunday, so a slightly shorter week for them. And Zico Lewis with quite the shift again tonight.
Absolutely, he was integral into the Battery attack and obviously helped create the goal.
In at the near post, straight out here's Bashti. Numbers surrounding, but Bolt does well to hold him up. The game really starting to open up now. Here we go at the other end of the park. Couldn't connect for Rittmeyer. Here's Crawford. A through ball, Boschua on the run. Didn't fall for him that time.
Yeah, and it really would have been a dream start there for Boschua, who just came into the match to be able to get one at goal there, but just snuffed out in the nick of time.
And here comes the changes for the twos. Daniel Steedman will make his way onto the pitch, as will David Mejia. Mackie Jope comes off, and as does Caleb Wiley. 75 minutes in the books from Patriots Point, just about. And you said these changes would start to come after the 60-minute mark.
Yeah, and I think they've been good changes for both sides. Obviously, you want to inject a little life back into your team, and for the Charleston Battery on a 2-goal lead, you need some fresh legs and fresh minds to be able to make good decisions in keeping the ball. Atlanta United too, obviously pressing to score goals at this point.
Mejia looking to go over the top for Conway. The through ball is there, asking a lot of Mejia. Willing runner though. Like you said, those fresh legs coming in.
But Leland Archer never looked phased there. You know, it's just such a good defending from the Charleston Battery center back.
Lundgaard under some pressure, composed out of the back. Jadama.
And you wonder, 2-0 down with 15 minutes left, will Atlanta United 2 start to play a little bit more direct and get the ball quickly into the attacking half of the field, or if they won't abandon what is really their signature, just keeping the ball and keeping possession and getting the ball forward.
Gannon getting forward down this wing. Rittmeyer On this near side now. Gadula. Well, we're going to see a hydration break here now. Very warm temperatures out there, 85 degrees at kickoff, but hydration breaks we're seeing all across the league and all over the world as of late. If you're just joining us, let's take a look back at the 2 goals. It was Niku Daly to open the scoring in the 20th minute. A fantastic finish from the Jamaican international.
Yeah, it's an excellent passage of play there from the Charleston battery, and Niku Daly makes no mistake as they pick up the ball deep in that half, and the ball is just flicked in, and Niku Daly is patient waiting for that ball and just slides that ball in with his left foot into the back of the net. Angelo Kelly with a great probing ball, and Zico Lewis with just a little subtle touch to spring Daly, and 1-0.
Zico Lewis doing everything he can there just to lead him into the attack. And let's take a look now. The second goal to come, it was Nico Rittmeyer making his first start of 2020. Gadula, excellent ball in towards the back post, and the headers there. That was a pretty good finish.
Well, it's a cheeky little flick there from Robbie Crawford, but a sublime ball across from Logan Gadula. And Nico Rittmeyer does everything you want. He jumps early, steers the ball back of the net. 2-0 battery.
Charleston have historically been so sound at home. They've got a new home to defend in Patriots Point, only their second match in history here. They weren't able to get off to the start that they wanted to against Birmingham Legion. 2 goals disallowed against them, losing 2-1 on the night. But they're looking in pretty good shape now as we enter the last 15 minutes of tonight's match.
Well, I think they took a lot of positives from that opening night match against Birmingham, and even though the result didn't go their way, I think there were a lot of great things that Coach Anheuser would have seen out of that match, and they're coming to fruition tonight.
Bashti on the run.
And it's smart defending from Van Schaik to be in that position as a center back, drawn way out wide. A lot of center backs aren't comfortable defending in wide areas, but to steer that one to safety.
Van Schaik again finds Bolt. Lovely work out the back from the home side. Here's Kelly. Overlapping ball, Mason. Here in Mason, the Trinidad and Tobago. Another one who had an injury-riddled season last year, never really got going. Looking to make a splash this year. Here's Bashti.
Now once again, Leland Archer stands tall and is equal to the task.
Lovely ball through. Here's Bosher on the run. Rittmeyer inside the box. And Coleman Gannon sends that one out for a corner.
That's well done from Coleman Gannon, but Atlanta United 2 leaving runners alone in the box. That ball snuck through. It was a tap in there for Rittmeyer. Boschwa doing a great job to run onto that initial ball from Crawford, who just springs him from 40 yards. Fantastic play.
Robbie Crawford from this near side. An out swinging ball towards the back post. Nobody there for the header. The two's looking for the counter-attack. Mejia across, Van Schaik gets the touch on it. Steedman. Back to Bashti.
Yeah, and that's not a ball that's going to rattle the Charleston battery back line. A hopeful ball thrown into the mix, and Leland Archer is calm and collected to play that one out.
Robbie Crawford just put in tireless work here tonight. Been all over the park so far in this game. Came through the Rangers Academy before making his way to the first team. Made over 55 appearances for them, 7 goals, 6 assists before heading overseas to play in Finland and in Iceland, as we mentioned, with Zico Lewis. The Icelandic connection. And I love that they didn't even know they would be playing with each other here. They actually bumped into each other in the locker room on the first day of pre-season.
That's an amazing story, to show up in the locker room and not know that one of your former teammates is now your new teammate again.
Roommates again as well. Here's Bashti. Not too many options on ops to go long. And Phil Brino, no worries.
Well, but you can see the quality of Bashti there, and that composure and ability to keep that ball, and just a little clipped ball into the back post that didn't find the runner. He's certainly a player that can open things up for Atlanta.
Archer for Mason. Here's Kelly. Looking for the inside, and that looked a nasty one. Logan Gadula goes down, and Joe could be in trouble here. Abdullah Joe shown straight red in the 81st.
No, it is a nasty challenge on Logan Gadula.
Let's take another look at it.
This stoppage of play is,
and the Battery really get caught trying to play a little too tight in there, and really that is just a horrible foul, Poppy. Two studs up. Any way you look at it, that's a ridiculous challenge there on Logan Gadula, and rightly should have been sent off for that. I mean, there is no place in the game for a foul like that, and really in a position where it wasn't necessary.
Well, Atlanta United too had Bashti sent off against Tampa Bay Rowdies. Had to play the majority of the match with 10 men. Now they'll have to finish out this match with 10 as well. How does this change things for Atlanta United too? Now really got to go forward, but with one man down.
Yeah, it doesn't make it any easier. They were finding it difficult to break down the Charleston Battery with 11, and now with 10, they'll find it even more difficult. You wonder if they'll continue to try and keep possession of the ball, or if they'll be chasing shadows at this point.
Charleston 2-0 up in the 83rd. Nick Daly, Nico Rittmeyer, the difference in this one. And Logan Gadula making his way up onto his feet down below.
Yeah, and he's really struggling right now. There seems to be a bit of confusion out on the pitch.
It looks like both teams getting ready to make a substitution as well. Mike Anhauser down there on your screen. Islam Pexanar trying to sort it out. Looks like Carl Nelson will come into the match for Logan Gadula. The trouble is, the referee won't let him in. And here we go, we'll see those substitutions now. Carl Nelson into the mix. Started last match at centre back with Archer. Will come out and replace Gadula on the flank.
And Kyle Nelson's a versatile player across the back line, but another player that gives you bags of pace. He's difficult to beat in 1v1 situations.
And Ajani Fortune also makes his way in for the twos. And he will replace Jackson Conway. Here's Crawford.
Well, I was impressed with Conway. For such a young player, he plays with a real maturity about his game, and not only can create chances for himself, but certainly brought his teammates into the match. Kid's got a bright future.
Scored 5 goals last season. He's got 2 in 2 games so far this season. Ajani Fortune, the Trinidad and Tobago under-17 international, makes his way on to finish tonight's match for the twos. Kelly.
Yeah, and with the Battery with a man advantage, will really have the ability to stretch Atlanta United 2 at this point to make the field as big as possible.
Here's Mason. Can he keep it in? Finds the negative. It's a fantastic strike and just put wide of the target. An excellent build-up. Leland Archer put it on a dime for Jay Bolt on the far side. And well worked in from Mason.
Yeah, another fantastic look at this, and a great opportunity as Kieran Mason pulls this ball back across. And Zaracoustas just gets a touch to it, but steers the ball wide.
Gannon. Vashti dispossessed by Archer. Here's Mason.
That was a timely challenge there, as the Charleston Battery were off to the races with Zaracoustas there on the left side.
Archer pumps one forward. Zaracoustas on the run. And no worries at the back from Mo Jama. Jadama had a good game so far tonight. A difficult task for him with that 3-back and the wingers dropping in. As we mentioned, one of the players with the most experience on this side. Here's Gannon. Runs out of greenery.
And he did. He really had a couple of opportunities there to pull the trigger there at the top of the box, and he just couldn't pick his moment. And the Battery looked to go the other way.
Rittmeyer takes off down this near side. Boshua's in the box. He's looking for Arthur Boshua, and it just runs away from him.
And that's an absolutely fantastic attack, and just a narrow miss there to get that ball to Boshua. Sort of an early season, not really in form yet.
Nelson, the former Wofford Terrier, and it looks like Rittmeyer is still down below. Bobby Weisenberger from MUSC Health comes on to take a look. Major Championship Golf returns to South Carolina Low Country next May for the 2021 PGA Championship. Ticket registration for the championship is open, and Battery fans can sign up for their chance to buy at p.ga/battery or by visiting pgachampionship.com/2021.
I don't know about you, Poppy, but I'm excited to get my PGA Championship experience on. I wasn't able to make it in 2012, the last time Kiowa hosted the PGA Championship, and I hope to make it next year.
And this will be the second time, as you mentioned, the PGA Championship has been contested at the Ocean Course at Kiowa Island. In 2012, Northern Ireland's Rory McIlroy bested the field by 8 strokes to win the first ever major championship hosted in South Carolina. It will be a lovely one. Kiowa, a pretty picture-perfect place itself. Even if you don't like golf, just an excellent day out that would be.
It really is, and the Ocean Course is such a famous course and absolutely beautiful work there.
Archer just shields that one out of play.
I don't think my 97 would probably stand up on a PGA event, but it'll be interesting to see how the players do there.
Well, the Charleston Battery players as well tried their hand at golf earlier this week. You can head to the Charleston Battery social media channels to have a look at that. Renico Clark, Zico Lewis and Robbie Crawford. They had a little putting challenge of their own into the goal net here at Patriots Point earlier this week. A funny watch if you haven't seen it already. Jadama brought down in the midfield. Takes it quickly. Here's Gannon. Can't complete the switch. Zaracoustas. A long ball forward. And that one just goes astray.
Yeah, and these are the moments now where the game can get a little bit chippy, especially if you're 2-0 down on the road and tired. You see a shove out of bounds there from Bashti on Nelson. Frustration setting in for the away side.
Here's Boshua. Battery will be in no rush to get us back underway. Nelson just taking an accidental one to the face there. Boshua, the two-time Ivy League Offensive Player of the Year with Columbia University. Had a great showing his rookie season, as we mentioned, 6 goals in 2019.
The fourth official has indicated there will be a minimum
It looks
of
like 9 minutes of added on time presented by MUSC Health.
We may need another hydration break through the end of this one, Bobby.
If you're just joining us, Atlanta United 2 playing with 10 men. Jope getting the red card in the 81st minute. And I think for both teams out there, 9 minutes is going to feel a lot longer than that.
It will. The Charleston Battery are ready for this game to be over and to chalk up the 3 points. And Atlanta United 2 is a mountain to climb here with a few minutes left, down 2-0.
Gannon delivers one into the box and away by Archer.
But they can strike so quickly, Poppy, even in the later moments of the game, to have the energy and composure to get forward and serve that ball across. Coleman Gannon is one to watch for the future.
Still looking to get underway quickly. Here's Gannon again with the delivery and falls all the way through the back. Nobody home. Well, we said these games will come thick and fast. The Charleston Battery on the road for the next game at Al Lang Stadium to take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies, Neil Collins' side, who have added quite a few new additions so far this season. That'll be a fantastic matchup. And then, as we mentioned, 3 times in the next 5 games these two teams will meet.
Yeah, I think August looks like Charleston Battery versus Atlanta United 2 for most of it. These teams will get extremely familiar with each other. But the Battery lost both to Atlanta United 2 a year ago and looks to go up in the series in 2020.
And they've got the better of them so far in 2020. They beat them back in March, the first game of the season. Zico Lewis from the penalty spot was the difference, which doesn't even feel like earlier this season given everything that has happened. Lungard collects and looks to play quickly out of the back.
The amount of space that's out there on the field as the game wears on, the spaces just get bigger and bigger. It's so important for players to stay switched on in these moments to cover that ground. Make sure they're covering those spaces in their mind.
Boshua back for Nelson. Looks like Kieran Mason is down there. This will bring on Bobby Weisenberger of MUSC Health. Players coming across. They'll want to take on fluid any chance they can get.
By MUSC Health Sports Medicine.
Bobby getting his work in this evening.
Islam Pexanar stopping the clock for this one. We may well go over 100 minutes for the first time this season. There's Mike Attenhauser on your screen, looking on down below. Kieran Mason played in all the Open Cup matches last season, only started 1 regular season game though. Joined the Battery after playing in the Jamaican Pro League. Gannon. Back for Nelson. We're back underway. Here's Boshua. Nicely done from the South African forward. And the Battery really just in no rush to get back underway now for the remainder of this match.
Well, it's interesting as both rosters are made up of players from all over the world, and you see the Battery really with a lot of sort of Caribbean flair to their team and how they play. Obviously Atlanta United with a lot of their youth players that are into the side, but several players from Africa that sort of dot the landscape of their roster.
You're absolutely right. Long ball over. Boshua on the run, does enough to keep it in. Mason looks for the 1-2. Ground ball to the top of the box. Falls all the way through. Zarakostas on the run. And that will go in favor of the visitors.
Nico Rittmeyer is still limping. That worries me a little, Poppy. He's still came up lame a few minutes ago, and now on that little swing there where he pushed that ball towards Lundgaard, he's holding the back of his hamstring.
You know, we talk about the months that these teams have had off. They've done all that they can, given, you know, where they've been able to go and not being able to train as a team together. You can see a few loose passes. Only the second game back underway for the Battery. Really is fitness by match play, but difficult to go from 0 to 100 so quickly.
It really is, and there's only so much you can do in a virtual training session or even in the early moments of your summer preseason, as these guys have had. They're going to have to get fit and sharp through the games as they come pretty quickly here over the next 2 months.
Here's Crawford. He's got absolutely no one with him. He's holding on. Zarakostas on the far side. Lovely touch. Boshua makes his way into the box. Zarakostas fancies it on his own, and Lundgaard does enough.
And Rittmeyer's really hobbling now. He wanted no part of that counterattack there.
Long ball over, offside is the call.
But Zarakostas with an excellent opportunity on the far end, and just really would have wanted to do better to steer that to the back post.
The Battery have made 5 substitutions so far, so there really is no opportunity for Rittmeyer to come off.
And I think you'll just see him slot up centrally, and alongside Kieran Mason, and Boshua will drop back into more of a midfield position here for the Battery.
Bolt for Van Schaik, who's under pressure. Zarakostas holds it up nicely. Well, you've been voting for man of the match on the Charleston Battery app, and we will announce that at the end of tonight's game. Crawford leaves it for Mason, back to Boshua. Takes a touch inside. Can he set himself up? Trying to weave through the Atlanta United defense and runs out of space.
And Arthur Boshua was a big man with silky feet to try and slide his way and snake his way through that Atlanta United 2 defense, and was just a touch away from having a strike on goal.
Kelly back for Van Schaik. Nicely composed from the home side. Just over 1 minute left to play. Have added on time. Crawford. Archer, the centre-back, fancies getting involved now. Here's Boshua. Crawford just been so busy yet again here tonight. The central midfielder, but I can't think of one place on the pitch that he hasn't been.
You're absolutely correct. I think of man of the match or men of the match, really Angelo Kelly and Robbie Crawford, I think just put in a real shift here for the Charleston Battery this evening.
Boshua back to Kelly. Bolt. Zarakostas inside the box, lays one over. Boshua is there and is punched in to find the back of the net. And a fantastic finish, great teamwork. And I think Arthur Boshua will take credit for that one. 3-0 Charleston Battery.
Well, it's an acrobatic finish there from Arthur Boshua, and Nico Rittmeyer just wanted to make sure that that ball was headed across the line there. And really acrobatic finish here, and a good little ball from Jay Bolt out to Zarakostas, and that ball is just clipped to the back post. You really don't think that he has a chance to get there, but Boshua does a tremendous job to steer that ball back across. And I don't know who will claim that one.
Well, Nico Rittmeyer, you're right. He wanted to make absolute sure. He's already scored one in this game, but Boshua will get the credit for that one. A fantastic finish. And Charleston Battery make it 3 here at home. And that is going to be all we see from Patriots Point. A goal in extra time means 3-0 Charleston Battery. Tonight's man of the match, as voted for by the Charleston Battery fans on the Charleston Battery app, goes to Nico Rittmeyer, who also had a stellar performance.
Absolutely fantastic performance from Nico Rittmeyer. He's got to be thrilled at a goal and a half probably tonight in terms of that third goal there. So well done from Nico.
A very positive performance from Mike Anhauser's boys. Stay with us, because after the break we'll unload it all with highlights and stats. It's all coming up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back just after this.
Charleston Battery's next match.
Doors because you're getting additional funding while I was continuing my education. I saw that there was a need in the community, so I started mentoring students within that community. I feel satisfied when they have that aha moment. It's so cool.
This is your vacation, your beach, your fields of green, skies of blue, mountains of majesty. You're an athlete, you're obsessed, you're in love, you're in pain, spirit drained, in agony, fighting gravity, because you made a commitment to yourself and others to work on your game, build your frame in blazing heat, exhausted and beat. You're not alone. You're supported, pushed, tested, tried, true, broken, fixed, and put back on track to do it all again. Your road is long, on open highway, completely secluded, jammed with traffic, horns blaring, sirens screaming, speed limit, near misses, head-on collisions, body shops, rest stops, so many tolls to pay. Your destination isn't a place, it's a record, a dance, a feeling. Hands in the air, stands on their feet, joy all around. Because when you refuse to yield, your spirit is revealed. You are an athlete. MUSC Health, Sports Medicine.
Yellow, the final score, Charleston Battery 3, Atlanta United 2. Let's take a look back at the goals. In the early going, Christian, it was end-to-end stuff. Both teams with a couple of chances in the first half. And it was Niku Daly who opened the scoring with a fantastic finish. And we'll take a look at turnover here. Angelo Kelly looking to play him in. Zico Lewis pushes it on its way. And Niku Daly makes it 1.
Well, it's a deep turnover for Atlanta United too, and Niku Daly makes no mistake here and tucks it in with his left foot. It's a really composed finish inside the 18.
And here was Robbie Crawford really testing Ben Lundgaard at the back. He picked a perfect path through the wall, but punched away by Lundgaard. And here we'll see Logan Gadula getting in the mix from the outside back position to the back post. Nico Rittmeyer makes it 2.
That's a tremendous finish and ingenuity there from Robbie Crawford to spring Gadula down the line. But Nico Rittmeyer shows up there, perfect timing to steer that one to the back post.
A lovely finish from Rittmeyer, who makes his first start of the season this year. Here is Robbie Crawford, plays one out wide, and a fantastic opportunity that just goes over the top of the bar with the help from the woodwork.
Such a difficult finish there for Piggott. He does so well to steer that one back towards goal.
Well, the Battery created so many chances. Atlanta United too with a couple as well. That one just going over the top of the bar. Phil Brino didn't have too much work to do tonight though.
He really didn't, and that was one of Atlanta United 2's only real chances of the second half, came off that set piece.
And here we can see the collision that saw Abdoulaye Diop with the red card in the 81st minute. Logan Gadula down on the pitch there. He was able to get up and continue though, but that wasn't enough for the Charleston Battery. In extra time, they carried on with the press. Here is Kieran Mason that lays one off.
And Stavros Zarakostas narrowly misses this one. Kieran Mason steers this one ball back gently, and Stavros just, if he could have picked out the far post, we might have seen one there.
And Arthur Boschua with the acrobatics and the extra time heroics. 99th minute makes it 3 for the Charleston Battery.
Well, it's fantastic for forwards to score goals, and for Arthur Boschua, who's coming off injury, to get back in on the score sheet. is well done for him.
And Nico Rittmeyer just wanted to make sure that it found the back of the net, but Arthur Boschua will get credited with the goal. A fantastic finish for him and an excellent showing for Mike Anhauser's side in their second match ever at Patriots Point. Let's take a look at the final match statistics. The biggest one, 3-0. Possession fairly even throughout. Shots on target, 9 in comparison to 1.
Well, if you look at the shots and shots on target, the Charleston Battery just dominated, especially the second half. As we came out of the half, it was fairly even stats across the board, but the Battery separated themselves in that second half.
Well, we've mentioned these two teams will see each other a lot over the next couple of weeks, 3 times in 5 games. But for right now, the Charleston Battery will head to Al Lang Stadium to take on the Tampa Bay Rowdies in their next match. But that just about wraps up everything from Patriots Point. On behalf of Poppy Miller, Christian Michener, Ryan Rose, we're saying good night from Charleston, South Carolina. The final score in this one, Charleston Battery 3, Atlanta United 2-0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.